Hi, I'm Andrea and welcome to Productive C Sharp. In this video, I'm going to talk about extension methods that has been introduced in C Sharp 3.0. Here we have a solution with a console application, and at the moment, we are not using extension methods, but I want to show you what the code does and then how we can use extension methods to make the code better. So the program is basically creating a text, and then there are two methods defined in a string helper class. The first method is called takeDigits, that basically take the string and only uh, takes the digits from a string, in this case 2018. And then there is a method that takes a string and then convert it into actual number, and then it's printing out to the screen. So in this case, if I run this program, it will print out 2018, and there you go, 2018. The string helper class is simply a static class with two static methods. Okay, so what's not great about this program is that if you think about it, takeDigits and two numbers could be actually instance methods of the string class, right? Because they actually act on a string. And also, it's not very good like to read this code, because basically you need to first look at the takeDigits and then nest it inside the two numbers, and you need to duplicate the string helpers dot notation every time you want to nest these methods. So what the extension method allows you to do is basically simulates the creation of an instance method on a different class using this mechanism. And even if the class that you extend, you don't have the source code, like in this case string of defining the framework, you can do that, and then you can use the extension method as it was an instance method. Let me show you. If you go to the string helper class, you can just use add this at the beginning of the first parameter, and then you will basically convert a method into an extension method. The difference is that, of course, you can still call these two methods as static methods. So if I build it, it's still gonna build, all right? As you can see, however, I'm using ReSharper. ReSharper is telling me that you can invoke this method as an extension method. If I press Alt-Enter, I can actually do a conversion. And basically what I can do is just use the dot notation to actually call the method that looks like as an instance method. And you can do the same for toNumber. So if you do that, you can see that now the code reads a lot more nicely. Text, takeDigits, and toNumber. And you can nest as many calls as you want, as far as you return the same object every time. And so this is the power of extension methods. Obviously, they are extension methods. They don't have access to the private fields of a class. And at the end, under the covers are still static methods. But it's a very, very, very powerful feature. A convention that you should use when you actually extend a class is to name the class using the type you are extending, followed by extension. So let's rename this class to string extensions. It's a best practice in .NET to actually do this, so that you can know exactly where your extensions are. The last things I want to show you is that extension method has been introduced in the language in order to implement LINQ, the language integrated query features. The extension methods can be used on interfaces, so you can extend interfaces with methods, and that's basically how LINQ has been implemented. If I look inside the where method, that is actually a LINQ method implemented in the source in the framework, you can see that basically the where operator in LINQ is an extension method of the IEnumerableT class. And pretty much all the link to objects is defined as an extension method of IEnumerables. So remember that what an extension method does is extremely powerful, allows you to simulate the creation of instance methods on any class, and is extensively used by the framework in implementing LINQ. Of course, you don't need to abuse this feature, because obviously the location where the method is might not be obvious, so it's not possible to distinguish if this is actually an extension method or not by looking at the the client code. So use the feature sparingly. If you have access to the source code, it's probably better to actually add the instance method. But it's a very powerful feature. I definitely invite you to use it and consider it to use it in your program. Thank you very much for watching.